What is going on, everybody? Jumbo Thick here. We are back with more Emberfell Whispers from the Stars. This is our 5th edition D&D campaign that we've been running for quite some time now. I'm, of course, your GM, your DM for the night, Jumbo Thick, and we are joined by the entire cast and crew. I think by now, because we are on the 112th session, that people will supposedly know who we are at this point. So let's just skip that little portion for now and let's slide on in. So, last we left off, our crew of adventurers have found themselves entering the Shadowfell in search of Velree's missing handmaids that were kidnapped by a nefarious individual. And of course, also, as you all remember, you are also searching for your long-lost friend, Nyarla. With that being said, these missing individuals are supposedly in the possession of Lord Sin, the largest power you know of in this morose realm of death and dread. After escaping, upon entering, you escaped the remnants of a crashed nautiloid and its voracious denizens. You then managed to cross the Bowmill Desert, pretty much unscathed. Unfortunately, you did run afoul of one of Lord Sin's many blood hunts. A pack of individuals sent to seek out, quite obviously, a little on the nose here, fresh blood. You easily routed them, with their remnants being dispatched quite callously by a tall, thin, gray-skinned creature with a too large grin of fanged teeth and a exposed ribcage that casually may call out to one Zune. The thin man stands before all of you with a armored undead soldier of some kind, skeletal, also in his company, standing above the fresh corpses of the blood hunters. And that is where we are going to begin. So, the thin man stands, smiling, looks towards all of you.
Is he between us and the castle?
You can see the direction of the castle even from here, because it's almost mountainous. He would be in that direction, yes.
Just kind of shove Rogar a little.
What is? Is this can we tell it's the same creature that we saw earlier in the Whispering Woods?
Why don't you give me an investigation check?
Boy, I don't know my thing anymore.
No, you don't.
Who needs it? 24, natural 20.
Oh my gosh. Well, with a 24, you in fact recognize some of the features, even though it's quite alien from normal humanoid creatures. This creature is obviously not of the material plane. And you can tell that this definitely is the same creature that you encountered within the Shrieking Forest.
Okay. You had mentioned that he was wearing armor.
No, he's not wearing armor.
Oh, okay. He's not wearing armor.
The skeleton with him is wearing armor.
The skeleton with him. Do they have any kind of like heraldry or anything like on them that would like?
So there is on the undead, like soldier-looking creature, like knight-looking creature. On its chest plate, there is what looks like almost like a mace with curling horns coming off of it. 4 curling horns.
We've seen that before.
You have seen it before.
Yeah. Back all the way in.
It's been a long time.
Fort Dorona.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, too. You had a question or something.
I still have see invisibility on. Can I see anything? Is there anything else that's apparent that stands out? Because I cast it when I was going to assist with the dogs.
Yeah, so
one
thing that you might not enjoy, Zune, is you can see several wispy humanoid figures reaching out from between the exposed ribs of the thin man, almost like wailing in their ethereal anguish.
Looking away. I'm gonna use messenger on Rogar. Message, I'm sorry. I'm gonna use message on Rogar.
Yeah.
Should we run? Should we talk? Should we run around really, really wide, really, really fast? Could he catch up? He could probably catch up with us.
As you are speaking, the skeletal undead creature is plunged its hand into one of the recently deceased, straight through its chest. As he does, the skin begins to bubble and blister and slough off until there is but a skeleton that, as he removes his hand, it sits up, stands, gathers its weapons, and then stands next to him. And he goes to move to the next corpse and do the same.
That's cute. Wasn't someone like closer? Was it Dan? I feel like someone had run closer to chase after the guys.
So Razire was close-ish.
Yeah, okay.
The thin man takes a step forward and he begins to speak. I see we meet again. Perhaps this will be a better arrangement.
Are you going to be putting tablets in our heads? Are you putting anything inside us?
He has like a perpetual smile. It's hard to tell his. Well, it's not really even a he. It's an it. It's hard to tell its disposition by its facial expressions. Its head kind of cocks to the side, and then he. We should speak with that one. He points towards Velree.
All right, Velree, you got it.
Okay. Yeah, well, I guess I'll move forward a little bit. I'll step forward. I don't want to be within attacking distance.
That's fair. That's fair. You kind of step forward. He says, "You, bride of sin." You are harried by your husband. We have an enemy in common.
I could treat.
Can aid you in your wrathful destruction.
So you also would like to kill Lord Sin?
Cheats, liar.
Checks out.
He owes me much.
Oh, does he?
All I ask is you open the gate.
Okay, so would I know how tough this gate is? Because I escaped through I was like in the castle when I escaped.
This is a fortress. He's asking you to open the main door, essentially.
Yeah.
Why can't you do an insight?
Sure, Zoom.
Just
What are you trying to check on, Zoom?
I'm trying to glean if he's trying to. I want to see if he truly does have beef with Lord Sin. That's the main thing I'm trying to figure out. If it's genuine or if he's just putting on a show.
A 25, dear Lord. Okay. Let's see what I got for. Nope, that's not very good. So, Zoom. He's hard to read, just because it's not a normal creature. He smells like burnt candle wax. It's an odd and almost like rotten odor to go with it. But you've heard a lot of liars in your day, Zoom, you being one of the chief ones amongst them. And you don't think this creature is telling you a bold lie, at least.
I'm going to ask him why he can't open the gate. Is it physically impossible for you, or?
He has guards. He has much. I would lose much. I need you to lower the gate. Then I will enter.
And then you promise not to kill any of us?
I will take what's mine and leave you the rest.
Oh. And what would be yours? What is this thing that he took from you? Not a person, is it? Or I mean, a humanoid person?
No mortal creature, no. He has fragments of my master.
Oh. That sounds bad for us, Emily. Okay. I guess, can everyone else hear us talking about this, or do you not?
Yeah, he's being quite. His mouth doesn't move. He's speaking telepathically, but he's speaking. All of you can hear him speaking.
Cool. All right. Let me just go chat with the team. Give us a minute. Need to come up with a game plan here.
If you agree, I will escort you to the palace. Personally.
But like up to the gate.
Up to my camp.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I have an idea. I'm gonna go talk it over with the party. BRB.
Be quick.
Sorry, be right
Your
back.
mortal companions will not last long in the palace.
That is true. How do you know about it? Okay. Well, I'm gonna do a little chat with the party, and well, everyone heard what I just heard, so I don't know. He could be lying, but what do y'all think?
I don't think he's lying.
Well, I guess I could walk up to the gate and try and offer myself as bait. Might be an easy way in. I could go really poorly, but what? I feel like everything's gonna go poorly.
What do we recall about his master? His master was present, correct? No, they were trying to get him. I'm trying to remember.
I have
He
seen
fought
the
3
symbol
liches.
before on his chest.
Where have you seen it?
In Port Girona. We inadvertently had unleashed something in our friend's car, and a terrible situation befell Port Girona. The dead started to rise, flying amongst the city. Killing many innocents.
That sounds terrible, but probably not that fella's fault. Probably not Zalgar's fault. No. He sounds like he was probably just a victim, huh? Also.
You're probably right, but many perished and died, and we were young, and did not understand the threat of, or understand what that symbol meant. He is some sort of demon or god, the undead. I'm not sure it'd be wise to gain a fragment of this creature, and perhaps make him one step closer to summoning his master.
Well, that might be just a problem for later, Rogar.
I mean,
that is one way to look at it. Remember the innocents, Velree, that died in the city? You were there.
You know.
Quick question, though. If the world ends anyway, does it matter in the end? I mean, those stars, they aren't really moving any slower. My spectral cat seems to think the end is nigh. I mean, it sucks, it's bad, but if everyone's gonna die anyway...
I don't... A little fatalist.
Then why are we even on this mission?
Yeah,
I mean, if we can't save them anyway, and everyone's gonna end anyway...
What's the point of saving Yarla and...
That's my point. What are we doing here? Okay, so, alright, let's bring it back. I'm just going to purge my brain. The world's not going to end. What's the worst outcome? Is that... Ooh, can he hear us?
You're unsure.
He can probably hear us, so I think, we should probably just go forward with this. And I'm gonna, like my back turned to him, be like, I don't think we have much of an option right now. This may have to be, our course of action for the interim.
Also, it's going to be really hard for us to kill everything that lies for us in there. Let's be real.
It is true.
The help we can get, if I'm being honest.
We really true. As long as we can get his word that he's not going to kill us or our friends or the whoever else. And Trist, what are your thoughts?
We've already beaten him once, and we're more powerful now.
Oh, thank you, Trist.
Zune, I think I understand what you mean. And I walk over to Zune and put my hand on Zune's shoulder. Well done.
Yeah.
Well done. And I'm going to walk past him, and I'm going to be like, we have decided. I start walking closer and closer.
Oh, Rogar thinks he's in lead now. Okay.
We have decided that we will take you up on your offer. Please, lead the way.
We have an accord then. Yes.
You don't kill us? Yes.
At this point, Rogar is going to use his breath attack. Potent breath.
Okay.
Try to kill him. You know.
All right.
Oh wait,
Hey,
this
you
is
know,
happening. This is happening right
you
now.
know,
Okay.
I don't want to work with some demon lord. You know.
Okay. Let me go ahead and pull up my.
We're gonna die when we get in there.
I mean,
this is how we do, baby. You know.
That's not how
Well,
Velree.
well.
Especially without your band of
Wait a
intelligence
minute.
or whatever.
What is?
We don't want him to.
It's too late.
Damn it.
Rogar has damned all of you. So.
Well,
don't
Zoom
do-
gave me a signal. Zoom gave me a signal.
No,
sure, I'm
I
sure
did
that's what it
not.
was.
I didn't give you
Yeah.
shit. You know that.
So Rogar.
You wanted to kill him anyway. Don't use me.
It's a deck save.
It was all Zoom.
It's a deck save.
Can I use a
yes, it
luck
is.
point and have
Dex
him
save.
like
19.
not?
That is a 14. So he fails.
Okay.
Alright. Cold damage.
He has resistance. However, I think does your
Well, if
cold
he-
bypass resistance now?
It bypasses resistance now,
Yeah.
so.
He'll take 60 points of cold damage.
And a skeleton friend?
And the white with him will instantaneously shatter into pieces. The thin man steps back.
I'm charging, baby. I'm going in for the kill. I'm cracking
As you
skull
charge
open.
him,
God.
he grabs a pendant that was tucked into his flesh. He clasps it, and as he does, a shadowy portal opens up behind him. He steps through and is gone.
High fives all around,
And
Rogar.
that's the end of the encounter.
Done. It's over.
Is there a
I'm gonna
rock
go up to
near me?
Rogar. Just like. What have you done?
Yeah. Do I have like
We
a
can't
skull,
ally
a
ourselves
rock,
with demons.
something near me?
Surely.
We
How,
can't.
how could it possibly go
Yeah,
wrong?
of course there are, Zoom. There's
I'm gonna pick
bones
a skull
all
up
over
and
this
throw it at
place.
Rogar.
Throw it at
Just like,
Rogar.
God damn it.
Bounces off of his thick hide. Does nothing.
You thick bastard. It's fine.
I'll eat it.
Your heart was in the right place. It's okay, Rogar.
You don't know the horrors
Uh-uh.
I saw in Porterona. Triss was there. Velree was there.
Yeah, what did you see, Trist?
He doesn't know.
I don't think I was there.
You were
You
there.
You were there.
I was?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
It was
don't-
very Evil Dead 2.
It was.
Oh.
Very
Ew.
possession kind of thing was going on. Like you
It
didn't
was.
have to be really dead. It was Deadites. It was Deadites.
Oh,
you
that's
know?
awful. That's disgusting.
was
Okay, I
good.
feel you.
That's who he works for. Deadite demon lord. I have
So
a-
close this help.
I have a note written, but I think it's the wrong note. It's the black horn of. I can find it.
It's odd.
You have nothing.
I
You
have
wrote that note 4 years ago.
it.
You don't remember
It's only
it?
been 3.
3 years.
I know.
Excuse me.
I just saw it. I just saw it.
He remembers nothing.
I mean, come on, you gotta give me some credit. I mean,
It's true.
years
You remember
ago,
more
I mean,
than I thought you would.
I remember the symbol. I remember it etched in one of the sisters. Or the hounds.
Roughly how far away are we from the castle, like walk-wise? Would it be like a half day?
You're looking
Few
at
hours.
you're looking at like a day. It's going to take you another day to get
Mm.
there.
Okay. Well. Good to start walk. Well, let's loot the bodies first. I don't know if we looted them before.
Okay.
Did we loot them?
No, you did not. You didn't have time yet.
Okay. Okay. Let's loot.
So you have an assortment of. Let me pull up their stuff real fast. There they are, the Blood Hunters. Okay. strangely, there are the remnants of the dogs that, though they are made of shadow, now that they have been killed, they're in like almost like an ethereal like goop that they've turned into. Not much there. The hunters themselves that were led by this blood witch each carry a greatsword, the equivalent of a greatsword, and a heavy crossbow. They're also, all of them are wearing the equivalent of half-plate armor. If anybody wants any of that stuff, you're more than welcome to take it. Other than that, there's a collection of, I guess you would call it coins, but they're not made of metal. They are made of polished bone, and they have different symbols on them.
Those could be useful or harmful. We should take them.
The woman, the witch, she has on her person, she has, for the most part, various implements for like hedge witch, kind of like spellcraft magic, like strange materials, like in a bag full of nastiness. She also has a vial of blood that she's wearing around her neck, like on a necklace, very like Angelina Jolie, Billy Bob style. She also has she does. She has a almost like a bracelet that has a image of a skeletal bouquet engraved into it. And it is like, it's almost like a gold bracelet, and then the bouquet and the like the flowery skull heads appear to be made from polished bone as well.
Can we determine, I'm going to turn to Trist, do you know if any of this stuff is magic?
Detect magic.
I feel like you can semi-see right now. First you look around, because technically you have some sight right now, despite your eyeless sockets. And you would be able to tell that the bracelet is in fact magical. As you have to actually identify it if you'd like to determine what.
It takes me 11 minutes to do detect magic, so it'd take me another 11 minutes to do identify. So if we want to spend the time, we can. Otherwise, do it later.
We do it while we're walking. I don't know.
Sure. Somebody's going to carry Trist then.
That's not going to be me.
Desire is strong.
Just to expedite this,
Will be Desire.
Trist, as you guys are moving in the direction towards the palace once again, you can tell that there's no what's the word? This bracelet is the equivalent of a key. It is it's enchanted in such a way that it appears to interact with other, perhaps, wards in some way. You're assuming that because you're a highly intelligent man, you're assuming that more than likely, since it was in possession of a hunting party, that this is some way of bypassing magical barriers.
It probably would be in better hands of someone who can see. So I would give it to whoever is either leading or has the best perception.
I would think Velree would be a I'm actually curious. So there were four baddies and one head baddie in that group.
So in the group now, two of them were skeletons that were disintegrated by Rogar. So
Right.
there originally were 4 hunters, and then the witch. Then there were 2 hounds. So yeah, there were 5 bodies. So you managed to get 2 whole bodies and the witch. The other 2 were pretty much anything they had on them was destroyed because Rogar encased it in solid ice and
That's
shattered
fine.
it.
I'm going to cast Seeming on all of us, with Velree being the head witch.
Literally,
Okay.
okay, that's different. I was just looking up that, but I was gonna
Okay.
say we could all be me,
Good.
but or all the witch. That also works. I was thinking we could all be me and try and be like.
Oh, I like that. That's interesting. We still have a whole day to get there, and
Okay.
this only lasts 8 hours. So for
Okay.
now, while we're walking around, we can just pretend to be them. Maybe no one will
Yes.
fuck with us.
Looking like the
Okay.
hunting party.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Just add extra crazy.
As you seeming your party to look like the individuals or close to the individuals that you just recently encountered, you begin moving in the direction of the Palace of Sin. I am going to need somebody to roll me a d20 as you travel. A 20! Dear Lord.
I don't know if that's good. You
Okay.
never know with you what's a
So-
good roll.
So, as you are moving in the direction of the castle, you will say that about 6 or 7 hours have passed. You're making good time.
I am casting
So-
non-detection once we hit the 8th hour on Velree.
Just Velree?
That's all I can do.
Okay.
I could do more, but
Cast
do we want to blow all the
non-detection
spells up?
on Velree. You keep moving forward. All of you somewhat on edge, being that this place has been so hostile. But nothing appears to bother you. At least nothing obvious that you can tell. In fact, it appears that things appear to be avoiding you in some way. Perhaps it was Rogar's ferocious display. Perhaps it's the strange aura about Razire that seems to be resisting the natural dread of this realm. I should note that all of you, if you remember, the pigment and colors of what you wear and your skin is beginning to grayscale. Razire's a little less so than the rest of you. He seems to be more resistant to its touch, but all of you are beginning to... people are about to make some checks, let's put it like that. However,
Okay.
yes.
Well, I was gonna say, does it actually affect me?
In a way,
Okay.
because it's not just physical.
Okay.
So, yeah. But with a 20 rolled on the die, you hit that like 8th hour mark, and you're making good time. The palace is getting closer and closer and closer. Almost like a mountain range that you're closing in on, getting larger and larger as you approach. And with a 20, as you're moving, you veer off to the east, seeking a better path forward, as Velree knows that as you get closer to the palace, there are more, what's the word? They're almost like these honeycombed, like hillocks that kind of surround the palace out from its distance. and they are full of nasty creatures and denizens of this realm. Velree thinks that she might remember one of the few paths that you can somewhat safely travel in and out of this area. Moving you to the east, and with a 20, as you move into this path, it takes you up above. You lose sight of the castle for a moment as you kind of move up a hill. And as you get to the top, you do see that, like, off to your sides, you see that there are, in fact, like these holes, these large, like, cave-like structures dotting these strange hillocks that almost make like a perfect circle around the palace itself, a few miles from the palace at least. And well, more than a few miles. But regardless, though, as you get to the top of this, you look further west at this point, in the direction you were traveling, the path that you would have taken if you had not chosen this one. And you see that there is a large assortment of figures moving. There are banners hoisted above what looks like some kind of massive encampment. It looks like there are almost like bone-like rib-like structures that have been like grown or pulled up out of the ground that make a palisade wall around the encampment. The banners themselves are of what looks like a large mace with 4 curling horns upon it. It is to say it is just large is doing it a disservice. It looks like there is the equivalent of a small like military in place. Just you hear figures moving and even echoes of the wind of swords clashing, as if perhaps there is training or something going on. In addition to that, you see that there are being constructed large engines of war, massive what looks like trebuchets on wheels, some kind of strange, bizarre-looking ram that's on a pulley system that can be moved back and forth, as well as what it was called, like large towers that can be moved onto the ramparts of a fortress, allowing troops to spill out onto the walls. All of this being constructed without too much like what you would expect to hear echoes of voice, of speech. Not much of that going on, as you can see that the vast majority of the figures appear to be skeletal and undead in nature. You see very shadows moving around the encampment as well. But you've had avoided for now walking upon its doorstep. Who knows how long you could possibly hide from this force if you so choose. But for now, you have bypassed the encampment of the Thin Man and his army. And you can move forward if you wish.
We will be moving forward, away from this camp.
You begin to skulk downwards, almost like Gollum outside the gates of Mordor, as you kind of like scoot downwards, skulking down the honeycombed hillock, moving your way down into the more flatter lands that lead towards the Palace of Sin. Velree. It's at this point that you pick out a landmark that you knew of from your time spent in the castle, though you weren't allowed to really leave and explore its grounds. You at least heard like servants and various people talking about what is known as the Charnel River. there is what appears to be a stream of thick, dark blood that is flowing from the castle itself. And it's flowing out into, and it kind of just like disappears into one of the nearby hillocks.
Is it tasty blood?
Do you want to try to taste it, Velree?
Well, I mean, like, is it like luring me naturally? Like, does it...
It is. You can smell the coppery tinge of blood. It doesn't quite look right. It looks extremely dark. But you're more than welcome to take a taste if you'd like.
No, not if it's not naturally appealing to me. I mean, well, you said I've heard of it, so would I have known anything more about it?
You would know. Well, you know what? Why don't you give me a history check, Velree? I will give you advantage to see how much you remember.
That's good. I can make it one history.
19.
Nice.
Pretty damn good. Okay, so with that, Velree, you know that the Charnel River flows out from underneath the Palace of Sin. Its origins are somewhere either in the dungeons below the palace, or perhaps even further down below that. You heard that it once was an actual stream, like water, but whenever the palace and Lord Sin took control of these lands, it has been drenched and saturated with the, let's just call it the excess of the palace itself. And because of this, it is avoided quite literally by everyone, as it is known to be somewhat hazardous if it were to touch your flesh. In addition to that, it is known to lure certain denizens of this realm in great numbers.
Interesting. Okay. Well, is there a bridge over it?
No, there is not. There's not like a bridge over it. It's about when it gets here to where the hillock is, it might be like 20 feet wide. It's not very wide here at this section. The closer you get to the palace, the wider it gets.
Okay.
And it does have several tributaries. It kind of splits off. If you were looking at it from above, you might see something different, but on the ground, all you would know is that it kind of like splits off into tributaries and goes out to these various hillocks around that circle around the palace itself.
Makes some cool symbol, does it?
You don't know. Maybe.
Okay, well then, let everyone not touch it. No touchy. This. You know, it doesn't look appealing to you anyway. Well, it's not.
So are you following the stream? Are you, I mean, it will lead you directly to the palace, quite literally.
Did Velree tell us about the...
I mean, you can see the damn palace from here. It's massive. You guys could just walk in that direction, but the stream leads directly to it.
Did Velree tell us about the denizens that this attracts?
Yeah, I mean, I was going to tell you.
So, Velree, you would know that the dungeons were off limits, and not in use by Lord Sin, because it became too much of a bother to weed through the creatures and the individuals that were attracted to the Charnel River. It was all but blocked off and left abandoned.
Interesting. Yeah, well, I'll tell them what I know. For sure. That sounds intriguing.
I don't think I want to be near the river.
Yeah, we should probably steer clear.
Okay. You move away from the river and begin walking in the direction of the palace once more. Are you still disguised? Are you going to revamp the seeming?
I was going to revamp it. Well, what's the day looking like? Is it like lunchtime? Is it afternoon?
There is no day-night cycle here.
I want to go to sleep.
It's perpetual twilight. It's unnerving to some of you, I'm sure. Maybe not Velree. She'd been here before.
Yeah, I am recasting it though.
Okay.
Might be useless, but still.
You recast seeming and begin to approach the castle once more. As you get closer, what you see before you, as you get closer and closer and closer, you start to notice that as you approach, there are remnants of dead, just bodies strewn about the ground. Some of them long dead, some of them recently dead. All of them decayed, decayed and desaturated of life. Some of the corpses are piled up so high that they make natural cover for sneaking individuals to hide behind, where there wouldn't be any. As you approach closer and closer, you will, with your previous 20 still, you will be able to take cover behind one of these mounds of corpses. These like skeletal, just like boneyards that this makes up. And as you look out at the palace itself, what you see is a massive, towering structure. It appears to be made of some kind of polished stone of some kind. It is marble in color and texture, with multiple towers and battlements reaching hundreds of feet into the sky. What appears to be statues of giants with bronze helms and a black burning flame licking their closed mouths sit atop these battlements like gargoyles atop the walls. There are cracks of unnatural lightning that shift between the towers, skirting between several different rods atop these towers. And there appears to be a unnatural, almost like greenish, like black cloud storm that is perpetually, slowly swirling around above the castle itself and its grounds, its nearby grounds. There's no rain. There's just like this electrical charge of some kind. From where you are, it's so the structure is so large that you would have to physically move, like scout around it to find different entry or access points. You can see from where you're at that there is a massive portcullis gate. And when I say massive, I mean like quite literally massive. It looks like the walls look like they were made by giants. That's how large the structure is. You feel like the massive humanoid creatures you've met in the past could have easily walked casually through this gate at somewhere around 50, 60 feet tall. There is a bit of a moat around the base of the palace, and it's not extremely deep, but you do see it is it's quite full of the eternal waters. What would you guys like to do?
Should we hop into Trist's little hotel and take a sleep before we go into the town?
Has it been long enough?
You're probably getting close.
I could do it if we want to take a long rest.
Can we see the stars here? Like, can we see everything that's going on in the other realm here?
As you are this close to the Palace of Sin, you can't really see the sky due to the unnatural clouds and storm that I described before. Going up to this point, you did see them, though, and they were, in fact, moving, strangely, bizarrely.
Oh. I know we said a couple of days, and this is like the end of day 2, correct?
That is correct.
Mm. Is everyone exhausted? Do we need a rest?
I am not exhausted, but
I'm not exhausted, but everyone can take a good rest.
I just think going with full health already. You never know what we're gonna find. But
Hey, that would be fantastic, huh? If you could get real mad. How many times can you make this house, Tristan?
As long as I got the spell slot. I just need health. I don't need anything else. So.
oh, okay. So what's the plan? We're just gonna look like witches still and try to just enter like they sent out one witch and like 5 came back, or
I have plenty of spells if you just
no.
need healing, huh?
No, I made the 4 of us look like the hunting party that were accompanying her.
okay.
Because there were 5 total, that's what I was, yeah. So you look like the witch. We know the bracelet is basically a key for getting in and out. And the 4 of us, we just look like part of the hunting party. But I don't know if they'd be able to sniff us out. I have no idea how any of this works. So if we want to regroup inside the castle, Trist's home, we can. I do need some health and I do need some spells, but at the same time, I don't know if we have the time. And that's what's getting me is the time.
Well, I can do some healing, huh? No big deal. I got plenty of spells.
Yeah, but then you're using up your spells, and we're about to go fight someone huge.
Well, we all have healing potions still, right?
Yeah,
This is true.
Potions, huh?
So, do we want to go in?
We could take a short. Yeah,
now?
we could take a short rest. Do you get any spell slots back on a short rest?
No, just a long rest gives spell slots. So, what do you guys think would be best? Because I don't have the right answer.
Yeah.
I could get out the kitty and ask him what he thinks. What do you think we should do?
Are you going to summon Tindalos?
Are we being looked at right now or observed from what we can tell?
You can give me a perception check.
I'd like to give a perception check. Am I disadvantaged since we're in this weird world?
It's perpetual twilight.
So no.
So no.
Okay. Please. 23.
23? Okay. You begin to cautiously look around, Zoom. You're just looking for anybody observing you?
Anyone who could see us.
You're kind of looking around. You look back behind you, and about a mile or so away from you, you see shapes following you.
Well, not to alarm anyone, but we are being followed. I am alarmed.
Yes. Well, Rogar, what do you say? We go balls to the wall, like you did the Thin Man?
Yeah, you're the leader, Rogar. What do we do?
Do you want to push forward?
Are we running the risk of exhaustion by pushing forward?
How long
Feeling
have we been
yourselves,
at?
you don't think you're to that point yet.
Okay, yeah.
We haven't been at it that long.
Okay,
You're getting close towards the end of the adventuring day.
Yeah. We got one more fight in this, though.
It's up to you guys.
As they say, I'm not as good once as I was, but I'm good once as I ever was.
I like it. I'm just concerned about the length of fighting, the amount of fighting. We're gonna have more than one fight, but we're gonna.
Are the gates down? Are the gates up? Like, how do we even get in?
It's up.
Yeah, so we don't even know how to get in.
Probably hail them and get inside, or maybe her little bracelet thing will trigger it to come down. Either way, like, we'll be closed in from behind depending on what's following us. We don't know if it's a creature, if it's Velree's sister wives, if it's a thin man. I hate this. Damn you.
I say Desire heals, and then we just go in.
Okay.
That sounds like a plan to me, huh? Come here, you handsome booger. You let me lay some hands upon you.
Zoom, with your 23 perception, you would also notice that there is a almost like a sound of running water nearby. And you would see on the outside of the wall there is a grate embedded in the wall, or it looks like the charnel waters are flowing out of it. But it's large.
Nasty. See what you're doing, and I don't like it. It's nasty. I will point it out. I will.
Just saying. There's multiple ways to get inside of a castle.
If
Palace.
we want to go through this nasty thing we shouldn't touch that attracts evil creatures, we can go
Are we talking about
this
are we talking
direction.
about some sewer?
We're talking about some sewer.
Little Bobby Dufresne.
That may be the way. That just because God told me, I think that's the way.
God did not tell you. God was pointing out many options.
God pointed out only one option.
There was tons.
So,
there's tons of options here. You guys could,
you
could
had
attempt to go
divine
through the front
revelation
gate.
yourself, huh?
There's lots
swim
of things
across
you
the
could do.
river. Yeah.
I did tell you. Velree will tell you not to touch the water. She already told you that.
Yeah. So when you say the grate's up there, is this like is there like a pathway, a walkway?
This is
or
like
is
a
this,
massive.
Oh, you're gonna get covered in
This
it.
is like a massive. What would be the word? It's almost like an access tunnel. Like it's been graded over. It's big enough that it has like walkways on the side of it.
Okay. Then yeah, we can do that.
You would have to
Without
cross the
knowing anything.
moat somehow. There is a 100-foot moat of sloshing, disgusting charnel water between you and it, but it is an access point.
Doesn't look like someplace that a quadro of humanoid teenage turtles might live.
Yes, it does. I feel like you should go investigate that right now.
Let's. I feel it's this way or straight through the gates, and we're all gonna die. So it's time to poop it up.
I mean, nobody expects a frontal assault.
This is true.
Could go full frontal.
Full Monty, do the full
Go
Monty.
in.
Anyway, who needs some healing before we go do stupid shit?
You have team
I'll
backdoor.
take-
You have team full frontal. What are you
That's
guys
right.
gonna do?
That's right.
It
What
worked
you need,
really
Zoe?
well last time. Just
You could do a
God.
prayer healing, Desire. Usually pretty good.
Let me see about that. They get a bunch of people, right?
Yeah, it gets a bunch of people.
Yeah, 10
It
Yeah,
takes a
30
minute, I
points.
think.
right?
But
We got
It's,
10 minutes.
is it 10 minutes? Or is it
Yeah,
not?
it's a 10-minute.
It's 10 minutes. Yeah, it's 10 minute
Shit.
casting.
Fair enough.
You should probably pray over us anyway.
I mean, we got 10 minutes.
Okay, Razire.
I mean, we're near a shitter. It takes.
I don't know. You
10
begin
minutes
to
be good
Razire. You begin to
constitutional.
incant your prayers to the
Oh, yeah.
to your goddess.
Oh no.
As you were doing
That's
so,
never good.
Rosier, as you begin to try to heal your party members, you feel something about the area you're in right now, Rosier. It feels tainted, unnatural, and you being a healer, in addition to many of your other abilities, you get the idea that the unholy ground you are on is going to prevent, in a mechanical standpoint, it will prevent extraplanar travel, as well as the ability to take a long rest.
But 10 minutes, huh? We can wait 10 minutes.
No problem. Cast your spell,
Mm.
Rosier. 10 minutes
Alright.
goes past.
So you can cast a spell using spell. Up to 6
Chris Little
creatures
Mansion
of your
doesn't
choice.
work either.
Let's see.
It prevents
so how
all
bad off are
extraplanar travel of some
we?
kind.
No dimension doors, no misty stepping.
Technically travel.
Yeah, no
Yep.
banishments, things like that. No stepping inside your handy haversack.
I mean, that's like a pocket and pants. I mean,
You
it's not really outside.
you could test it to see
I
the
don't
full
know.
extent.
So how bad off are people though? Like what levels? I got 2d8 plus 4, 3d8 plus 4. What do we need here?
Are you about to kill all of us by having the reverse effect?
No.
I don't know this in character.
Of course
Okay,
not.
okay.
Of course not.
Great. Well, I don't know that there's a taint. So yeah, I need about 30 hit points.
Everyone's
I need
got
about
one.
30 hit points. Okay, so I'm gonna do that at a 3rd level. Everybody ready for? Obviously, we're about to all blow up. You guys ready for this? Because here it comes.
Ready
Here
for
comes
this.
3d8 plus 4.
Please work.
I mean, that's a pretty good roll. That's
20.
20.
20
points of
20
necrotic
points for
damage.
everybody.
Noted.
20 points of healing to everyone.
Nice. Okay.
Yay.
I love that. I mean, are you proud of yourself for having us all traumatized?
I love it. It's good.
All right, so we can just walk on up to the door and act like people and just follow Velree because she knows the layout. We can just pretend that we know what we're doing.
Love that for
And for
us.
thematic purposes, when I did my prayer, it's all vocal, and so it sounded a lot like Randy Savage. Oh yeah, those guys you need some healing.
Being really proud.
You know, and it will
no.
snap into a healthy
Oh
state.
no. As Rosier finishes his litany of healing, that for some reason is very strange. Yes, Rogar.
So the plan is to go through the front door. Is that what we decided?
I guess so.
Or are we going through the grate?
We can go fight nasties in the grate, or we can go fight nasties in the front. A horrible thing, to the point where Lord Sin didn't even want to maintain it. That's what kind of makes me go, he didn't want to maintain it. Like, it was just too much trouble. Like,
Like, we
it's
know
too
what
much.
we're getting into, though, right? So, like, this sneaky. We should probably just go through the front door like the horses.
Well, the only reason I bring up is while your disguises are excellent, Sue.
But
If all of these creatures are like Velree, they are adept at smelling the scent of blood. Perhaps
well,
4
the
or
Shatterkai
5
have
living.
blood.
That's true, but perhaps not
Technically
as
blood.
fresh and healthy as ours.
Smell me, Velree. Do I
Perhaps-
smell better than the Shatterkai? Sniff me.
You always smell better.
Bless
And it's
you.
true. Velree can tell that the 4 of you do have a much more potent aroma than anyone else you've come
Rogar.
across thus far.
When you're wrong, but when you're right,
What you're saying is we're
you're
tasting.
right.
We smell delicious.
In this
Okay.
realm, in addition to that, just the color that you guys have is desirable.
Even when we're okay. Fine, we will
Perhaps
go through
we
the
have
grate.
Perhaps we have a better chance through the grate.
I'm gonna take my delicious smelling ass through the grate with all the other monsters. This is great.
How are you going to get to the grate? There's 100 feet of charnel water.
Yeah, we'd have to go back to where we were earlier, right?
No, they didn't have a bridge or anything either.
Jump it.
There's a large, so they have like a what do you call that? The gate thing that goes down. I'm talking about
A drawbridge.
Drawbridge. There we go. They have like a massive drawbridge that lowers down to give you access to the palace. But it is up right now.
I have an unconventional thought, but it will use a lot of my spells.
Oh boy.
Do you think?
No, because never mind, it wouldn't work.
It depends.
None of us would know what we were doing. It would just be chaos.
Are we right in front of the drawbridge?
No, you were not.
You're near it.
You're near it. You're near enough. You could get to either one of these points. There's multiple of these great access points all throughout the walls.
Can anyone fly?
I mean, I can jump pretty well.
Not 100 feet.
I could call it my owl, but then when it's like a big, hey, where
I can fly my walking distance.
So
you would realize as well, Zune, that I remember I described the giant gargoyle-like humanoids on top of the battlements. That's all I'm going to say. Continue.
Well,
How big is this grate? Is it like
it's large.
Super large?
This is it's almost like a subway tunnel. Like it's big.
Like if I could fly across it, would that help? Because I can't fly.
Rosier could just fly over.
100 feet.
That could
Drop the bridge down, yeah?
It's 100 feet.
If you could find a way to lower the drawbridge.
But I mean, it's not like I'm gonna fall out of the air. It's just like taking turns unless something happens.
Are there any boats around?
3.5 turns for me to get around.
Boats? No, you
or
do
rafts?
not see any. You do not see any boats or rafts.
Some bodies tied together.
I would allow a sprightly individual to make a survival check if they wanted to attempt to put something together.
I'm a +4.
+6.
She wins.
Progress got good survival as well.
Okay.
Are we
some
talking
bardic
about
inspiration.
Tom Hanks in this and building a freaking raft, Wilson?
Okay, but wait a minute. The way the water's flowing, is it flowing really fast? Would it be difficult to cross and get to that grate?
No, the moat itself is not is pretty tempted,
Gotcha.
but the river it's not flowing fast. No.
All right, I'd like to give her.
It is like, it's like thick and.
You said
stagnant water.
Yeah, it's not. I shouldn't say water because it's not really water anymore.
It's a cess moat.
Yeah, it's gross.
Is there anything floating in it?
There are chunks of things floating in it. Yes.
I don't recommend we try to step on it.
I mean, I could probably just crawl on the side of the gate.
You can spider climb. I can fly. Everyone else, good luck.
I mean, to get over to the drawbridge.
We're also strong, so we could at least one of us can.
If you guys want to try the drawbridge, you just got to walk over there and see what's going to happen.
That's where I am at.
Again, we go in frontal
I mean, come
assault.
on, let's do it.
We're,
we're being way too cautious. Let's just go smash the door down. Let's go.
No.
We're looking for a fight anyway, right?
No.
No?
I don't want to fight, but it's okay.
So where does all this caution come from all of a sudden?
Just make sure one of y'all two save your son.
Rosier.
Or whatever.
No, you're not going to die. You're saving. We're not losing you, Velree. And Rosier, I don't know where you are in the fights, but have you seen Velree fight? This is imagine like a million Velrees. I have no idea how many sister
it's
wives
more
there
about
are.
their
I
Velree.
don't-
It's not that Velree. I understand.
Yeah, that's my caution is I
Yes, but you only live once or twice or 3 times. I lose count. It's been so many times.
Is there any kind of like natural structure that that we could like climb on the side of to get over across, or
It looks like this has been very purposely developed to be somewhat impassable.
Okay.
All right.
well, I
Yes.
could get you I could polymorph if people could follow, but someone would need to make the whole 100-foot travel over there. I could polymorph several people, but then I'm completely tapped out of spells.
And the swamp or the water does what exactly?
You're not sure. You can touch it and find out.
Well, Velree is. I thought Velree knew what it did.
All Velree knows is that it was hazardous, and no one should touch it.
Do we have like a corpse nearby? We do. Could I
Oh yes.
like touch, like pick up an arm and just kind of
Dip it
see
in.
what happens? Yeah. If
Okay.
it reaches for me, no, I'm prepared to drop it and run.
Okay.
So help me God, if that water comes out and grabs me.
You grab a hold of the arm, and you like fingers first. You put the fingers in. There is a hissing, squelching noise, and then the hand is rapidly pulled from your grasp into the water itself. Just
Oh God.
slurped
It's
up.
like Ghostbusters 2.
It's almost like gelatinous, like it just kind of like sucks it in, and then it just goes back to like this calm, still.
It's a gelatinous mode.
Mm.
I saw that movie. You can't trick me. I found out about Vigo, the Master of Evil.
That's your husband? My God, Velree. It's nasty. I'm sorry.
Yep.
All right. Well, I'm out of ideas aside from the drawbridge. I'm not sure how
did.
to get across.
Well, that's what I was saying. Can I not?
Listen. Well, no, y'all. I think I'm just going to go fly.
Okay.
Now,
Does it take a spell for you to do
Pull it
that?
right off. What's that?
What?
Does it take a spell for you to fly?
It is a celestial revelation that lasts for 1 minute or until I end it with a bonus action.
Is it a spell or
In the
cantrip?
median,
No, it's an ability.
Oh, an ability. Okay.
It's a racial ability.
Okay.
And while I have it, I deal an additional 5 radiant damage.
Okay.
So, but it lets me fly as per my
He can.
walking speed.
He can
So
fly.
I can definitely make it across in the minute that it would take for me to fly to the
Oh, yeah.
bridge.
Easily.
Could he fly over Velree or Zune or
Sure.
I'm strong. I got a
He's pretty.
19
He's strong enough.
I take
lower
Velree.
the drawbridge perhaps or something? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say I
Take
could
Velree if
just
you go with
spider
that.
climb over probably. But
Oh,
yeah.
she can
But
spider
you
climb,
have
so let
to
me
still
take
the drawbridge is up, so you still have to like.
You still have to
spider
cross the
climb
moat.
over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking the gate area. I could climb on the side of that or something. But I guess I'm not
But
picturing
There's
it
no way
right.
the drawbridge is
There's no
up.
way for you to get to the wall.
Other side.
So
Mm.
it's probably still best I take you, Velree.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
And
So.
big old bright angel wings come out of my back.
All right. Razire.
It's very conspicuous.
As Razire's beginning to prepare himself, Velree, you feel something kind of like tickle the back of your neck. Kind of, and you hear a voice. Don't move. Sounds just like the Thin Man.
I assumed.
Your friends have much to learn about negotiations.
Oh, Lord. I swear to God, Rogar.
Velree, you would notice that there is like a skeletal, dead, like mouse, like its head just kind of like peeking out from your collar.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell Rosara to not pick me. I'm assuming that means I'm gonna get hurt. Right?
We still have a deal.
Do you still not? Will you still not hurt my friends? I know they made a rash judgment call. Okay.
Wolf's made a rash judgment.
Lower the gate. I will do the rest.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Flick the mouse
I'm
off,
going-
throw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't cover it, tell us what's up.
Eat the mouse. Eat
I
the
guess
mouse.
as Rosire's preparing to pick up. Damn it. I'm so conflicted.
Shout it
right
at
now.
us. Just shout it at us. Say, hey, I'm gonna open up the gate for the thin man as you're already over the moat. Be like,
Oh, why me? I want to make a deal. I know Rogar hates it. I'm just gonna maybe try and do some sign language as we're flying away to.
Okay.
do any of us do sign language?
No.
What
none
can
of
we
you
Be
do.
roll?
like,
Shit.
Mhm.
I'm gonna use smiling mask. Look, would tongues work? Is that strictly spoken
No.
language?
That's not gonna work.
I don't
Velree
know,
doesn't know
man.
what she's doing. She's just making faces and
Awkward
pointing.
movements.
As
Did you use the
Rosire's
bathroom before they
Rosire's
left?
holding her under her shoulders and flying her with his angelic wings. As soon as they appear, there's radiant light coming off of Rosire. Rosire, you begin to fly across the moat. I need
Like an
to
eagle
check
to
on
the
this
sea.
real fast, because there might be something horrible about to happen to you.
Let's say no. We succeed, and through divine intervention, the Slender Man is dead. No?
It's not coming up. Oh, it's that. That's why. There it is. All right, Rosire. I need you to make a... Oh, it's a charisma saving throw, please.
Oh, charisma save. All right. Well, dice don't fail me now. No, an 18.
18
Yeah.
is a success. You on a success, you will take half damage.
Oh, damn.
What would have been 60 points of necrotic damage
Mhm.
is reduced to 30, which is then reduced to 15 because you're resistant to necrotic damage. As one of the large, gigantic, humanoid statue-like figures, the giant bronze helm begins to move and track Rosire as he flies across the moat. As it does, it opens its mouth, and a cascade of black flame lances out, almost like a beam, towards Rosire, striking him, but not damaging him as much as it probably should have.
Do a sick ass barrel roll.
Yes, speaking of which,
Star Fox style.
I'm gonna need you to go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw to see if you don't drop Velree into the
Dex
water
save?
below.
Ah, indeed. Oh, that is not as good.
A 12. It's in fact not good at all, Zyre. As
I
you
didn't mean to
are
drop you in the drink,
flying
though. I'm so
across,
sorry.
you get
Oh, goddamn.
you get struck with a beam. And you with a 12. It's not horrible. You don't drop her straight into the
okay,
water or muck.
I have great parkour skills.
But you do drop her nonetheless. You are on the opposite side of the moat, though. So, but she falls from
landing.
We'll say probably about. We'll give you 40 feet of fall damage, Velree. It's happening.
I feel like I shouldn't even take anything. 40 feet ain't nothing.
No, it's not. It's not a lot, unfortunately. I wish it was more.
And it's still 4d10 and they're like 1d10 per 10 feet.
Yeah, it's only gonna be 18 points of bludgeoning damage, Velree.
Because she's tough as nails.
She wasn't raging.
I know, I thought about it.
But
on the way down.
you hit the ground as Razire. Razire, are you going to land or are you going to continue flying?
I'm gonna stick with Team Velree. I gotta land. I'm not letting.
Okay, so you pull your wings in and land next to Velree, apologizing for your mishap.
So sorry, yeah. Thank you for flying, Razire.
Creature on the wall, like there's almost like almost like a spotlight where its mouth is open, just on Razire and Velree.
But I don't want to be seen, so therefore.
How close are we to me being able to pull that lever for the drawbridge?
Okay. You see the drawbridge itself. You see that there are these gargantuan chains that are attached to some kind of pulley system that goes into the castle itself, through the portcullis doors. The whatever mechanism that opens and closes this drawbridge is inside the palace.
Inside the palace?
Yes.
Damn.
It's through the walls, at the very least.
That a bitch.
You would have to scale the walls to get to the method of lowering it.
Oh, I could. So there's like a window or some way for me to get in.
You could climb the wall. There's small like murder holes and things around it as well. You do see that there are what's the word? There are a number of smaller figures atop the wall that now that you've gotten really close, you see that there are the equivalent of guards, whatever Lord Sin has for guards, are kind of like swarming the walls at this point, trying to investigate what has happened, why the sentry is activated. The only other thing you see outside of the wall that could lower the drawbridge is if you could break these gargantuan chains.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was wondering. If I could just rage and go hard.
Maybe. They are very large, and they appear to be made out of like some kind of metal.
Are you strong too, Razire? You want to help? If I rage. Okay. I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna try and do that.
Yeah, we can.
That's plan A. Plan A is to rage and go hard, and then if it's not going well, we'll go from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
You make a move towards the nearest chain. There's two chains, quite large. You and Razire both begin to take off on a sprint. You're not very far from it. As you begin to move in that direction, you start to hear shouts from up above. Well, no, you wouldn't hear shouts. You just kind of hear movement from up above, and that's when a somewhat familiar voice bellows out into the night's sky. My love.
Oh, God.
Oh.
You need not. debase yourself so? You have an invitation. All you must do is simply ask. And that's where we will take our first break.